go down that block, you run into like freelancers, people coming up to you, wanting to date and all this stuff. But there's the bar scene. They got several bars down that road. And if you're there, you might as well be wearing shorts like you see some of the people in there wearing those shorts. Somebody smoking a cigarette there. Yeah. These two ladies there getting into a taxi with a meter. At least they have meters. This one says Grab, Grab. So some of these taxis, they also serve as a Grab type. Speaking of taxi, last night when I came home, I took a taxi. The fare, I think, was like the fare without the taxes and everything else. I think was like $59 and something, and then you had to add like different fees, MTA fees, and this and that. A tip of 12% was like $12 and something. By the time it was over, I paid about $74 and change on my credit card. You know, and these taxis here in New York, I haven't used them in a while because I try to avoid them. You know, it's like the drivers want to do what they want to do. Even like last night, the same thing happened. And he took me back to the terminal. He was going his way, and he took me back. He wants to use the GPS. And I told him, look, you don't need the GPS. I'm telling you where to go. I used to work out here. I used to work at Kennedy Airport like five days a week. I used to drive out there. And I don't use the Van Wyck. If you use the Van Wyck, you run into a lot of trouble. Like you use the Van Wyck, I think you gotta go into the Grand Central Parkway. After the Grand Central Parkway, you have to go into the Long Island Expressway, heading west. Then you go into the Brooklyn Queens Expressway, or the BQE, as they call it. And you really going around for a ride. So I don't use, and I know the only time I used to use that is if I had like an overtime job, like in the dead of night, maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Then I would use it, and you could get to Kennedy Airport from downtown Brooklyn real fast. Other than that, I use Atlantic Avenue. I use the Bald Parkway West into the North Conduit Boulevard, and then into Atlantic Avenue, and head west downtown Brooklyn. That's what I did. The first driver, he didn't want to do it. He wanted to use his GPS, you know. Well, this guy was an African guy. You know something? Taxi drivers in London, they don't use any damn GPS. And if you've ever been to London, it's not like Manhattan, you know. Manhattan is an easy city to drive in because you got like the avenues with numbers, like Fifth Avenue, Sixth Avenue, Fourth Avenue, Seventh Avenue. And then you got the streets. Okay, so you got like 10. You got the streets divided into east and west from Fifth Avenue. So to the east of Fifth Avenue, it's called the east. The street would be with an east, like East 10th Street, East 12th Street, East. And to the west of Fifth Avenue, you have the west part of the street. So Manhattan is very, very easy to drive in. Now, if you've been to London, London has a lot of roads. When I say a lot of roads, I mean streets that name